Have you ever noticed that when you're calm and at peace, things seem to happen more easily and naturally? If you've ever wondered how to find that inner peace that helps you achieve what you want, you're in the right place. It's not about controlling every detail of your life, but about learning to let go, trust, and live in harmony with your thoughts and emotions. In this video, we're going to talk about how Stoicism, with its philosophy of inner calm and detachment from outcomes, can help you achieve what you want without the pressure of anxiety or stress, leading to a lighter, more balanced life. Before we start, please give this video a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button now. I want you to do something important. Look at the comments and write a powerful sentence. It could be something like, "From today, change is my only option. I am Stoic." If you prefer, share any phrase that inspires you to commit to your personal growth. Let's motivate each other and take action to change. Number 1, stop trying to control everything and let the universe work in your favor. When we try to control every part of our lives, we're actually creating barriers that prevent things from flowing naturally. Stoicism teaches us that we don't have control over the outcomes, only over our actions and choices. When we allow things to happen more spontaneously, we trust that there's a path for us, even if we can't see it at that moment. Instead of wearing ourselves out trying to force events, we need to learn to trust the process and the timing. Letting go of control creates space for the universe to bring unexpected results. Planting your intentions means acting today, but without the pressure of expecting an immediate response. Imagine you plant a seed, water it, and tend to the soil, but you can't speed up its growth. Similarly, in life, we need to act with intention, do our part, and let time do the rest. This doesn't mean we should sit back and do nothing, but rather act with clarity and without anxiety for quick results. We must trust that what's meant for us will come at the right time and in the best way. Active patience is the ability to wait without being distressed. In Stoicism, we understand that not everything is under our control. There are greater forces that guide the way, and often the universe leads us to what we really need, even if it doesn't seem that way at the time. Practicing active patience means trusting that even without seeing immediate results, our actions are creating a positive effect. This frees us from the pressure of always wanting quick rewards and helps us appreciate the present moment more. Trusting the universe isn't the same as doing nothing. It's not about waiting for things to fall from the sky, but acting with faith, knowing that we don't control everything. It's like sending a message to someone. You can't decide how the other person will react, but you can trust that something good can come from that conversation. When we stop trying to control every detail, we open ourselves to the universe helping us in ways we never imagined. Often, we want control out of fear of the unknown or concern that we'll miss out on opportunities. But this obsession with control stops us from seeing other options that might actually be better. By letting go of the need to have everything under control, we make space for new opportunities and paths that we might never have considered. The universe has subtle ways of surprising us if we just let things flow. When we relax and release control, we become more open to what life brings us. Stoicism teaches that not everything depends on us, and that's an important lesson. We can't control what others do, external events or the passage of time, but we can adjust our attitude and expectations in the face of situations. Letting go of the need to control everything brings us a peace that can't be found any other way because it frees us from fighting against reality. When we stop resisting what's beyond our reach, we find an inner freedom that allows us to live more lightly and let the universe work in our favor. Believing that what's meant for us will come at the right time is an act of trust. We don't need to force it or fight against the flow. On the contrary, by going with the natural rhythm of things and giving our best, we create space for the universe to work for us. Over time, we realize that what seemed like a problem was actually a detour to something even better. In that moment, we understand the true power of letting go of control and allowing the universe to do its part. Number 2, the power of internal words. The words we use when we talk to ourselves have a huge impact. They not only affect how we feel, but also influence our actions. Stoicism teaches us that our mind is the primary tool we use to face life's challenges, and what we say to ourselves can change how we view the world. Seneca, one of the great Stoic thinkers, said that our soul is shaped by the conversations we have with ourselves. This means that our internal words can either strengthen or weaken our emotional and mental state. Our way of thinking is not fixed. It's something we can change and direct to grow stronger. If our thoughts are negative, If we always tell ourselves we're not good enough or that we won't make it, we'll eventually believe it. Stoicism teaches us to use logic to control our emotions and thoughts, focusing on what really matters. Negative feelings like anxiety and fear often come from exaggerated or unrealistic thoughts. If we examine these thoughts, we can understand what's within our control and what isn't. A good practice is to create phrases that reinforce our goals. These phrases aren't just empty motivational words, but reminders of what we want and can achieve. If every day you remind yourself that you're capable of overcoming challenges and have the strength to move forward, your mind will adjust to that thought. This kind of positive self-talk creates a mental focus that helps you act with more confidence, without being overwhelmed by emotions or external situations. Stoicism doesn't say we should ignore our emotions, but rather learn to control them with logic. When we go through difficult times, our thoughts can either be our greatest ally or our worst enemy. If we always think there's no solution or that everything will go wrong, we create a mental barrier that prevents us from finding solutions. But if we remember that we can choose our reactions and act with courage and intelligence, we gain more strength to move forward. The words we use to talk to ourselves are a powerful tool for keeping balance in tough times. Make an effort to replace any negative thoughts that arise. This might be hard at first because many of these thoughts are deeply rooted in our view of the world. But over time, you'll start to recognize these negative thought patterns and stop them before they take over your emotions. Replacing these thoughts with more positive ideas is an ongoing process, but it can radically change the way we handle challenges. Stoics believed that keeping the mind disciplined was essential. For them, happiness didn't come from having more things or changing external conditions, but from controlling the mind itself and balancing emotions with reason. If you learn to respond with calm and logic, even when things don't go as planned, you'll develop a strength that will allow you to face life with more peace. Number 3, what you attract is a reflection of your focus. What we bring into our lives is directly connected to what we choose to pay attention to. This doesn't mean we control everything that happens, but our way of thinking and reacting to events defines our experience. We can choose how we want to see the world around us. If we stay fixated on what's bad, what's missing, or what's not working, we create a cycle of dissatisfaction and frustration. On the other hand, if we train our minds to see the good, even in difficulties, we'll attract more calm and clarity into our lives. A simple but highly effective habit is to practice gratitude daily. Taking a moment each day to reflect on what we have, what we've achieved, and the good things in our lives helps shift our focus. Gratitude connects us to the positive and teaches us to value the small victories and good moments that often go unnoticed. When we focus on what's good, even during tough times, our minds become clearer, and we can find solutions more easily. Stoicism teaches us that our values and principles shape our destiny. If we choose to focus on negative thoughts and attitudes, we inevitably attract suffering. Bad thoughts, constant complaints, and self-pity only increase the weight of problems. But if we decide to live virtuously, focusing on reason and learning from each situation, we begin to live with more inner peace. Stoics believed that virtue was the key to a fulfilling life, and this is reflected in our actions and thoughts. When something doesn't go as planned, instead of getting stuck in negativity, we can ask ourselves, what can I learn from this? Life is full of challenges, but each one brings a valuable lesson. Stoics teach us to see difficulties as opportunities for learning and growth. By focusing on what we can learn, we become stronger, more resilient, and better prepared for what's ahead. This way of thinking transforms how we face challenges and, little by little, helps us attract more inner strength and peace. Stoicism teaches us to think logically. It's not about ignoring emotions, but about learning to control them wisely. If you let your negative emotions drive your actions, you'll attract more confusion into your life. But if you take the time to reflect, asking yourself what you can control and what you can't, and make decisions based on reason, your life will begin to feel more balanced. This calmness isn't something you achieve overnight, but it's cultivated through daily practice and mental discipline. In the end, what we attract into our lives is a direct reflection of how we think. If you choose to focus on virtue, gratitude, and learning, you'll attract more of these qualities. On the other hand, if you give in to resentment and self-pity, you'll prolong a cycle of dissatisfaction. Stoics invite us to take control of our minds, to be aware of our thoughts, and to redirect our attention toward what is good and positive. By doing this, we begin to live at a higher level, with actions that reflect our deepest principles and truest intentions. This practice leads us to a more conscious and intentional life, where serenity and self-control guide our journey. Number 4. The past doesn't control the present. The past doesn't have the power to rule the present unless you decide to give it control. This happens when we hold on to mistakes, bad choices, and situations that didn't go as expected. What belongs to the past is unchangeable. We can't do anything to alter it. Stoicism teaches us to let go of this weight, not allowing the shadows of what happened to cloud the clarity of what we can do now. What you did or didn't do yesterday doesn't define who you are today. What truly matters is what you choose to do in this moment, in the face of new opportunities. When reflecting on past mistakes, remember that those moments are gone, and if you hold on to them, you'll be stuck in a version of yourself that no longer exists. The secret is to accept that the past is a closed chapter, already written, and focus your energy on what can be done now to shape your future. Holding on to the longing for what could have been or carrying guilt for past mistakes is like carrying unnecessary weight. Breathe deeply and shift your attention to what can be done right now, in this very moment, to move forward. Resentment toward the past only drains your energy. Staying stuck in what was is like carrying a backpack full of stones that only slows you down and prevents you from walking freely. The Stoics knew that living anchored to the past is a sure path to unhappiness. Instead of wasting time wishing things had been different, they focused on how to live virtuously in the present. Letting go of resentment doesn't mean forgetting or justifying what happened, but rather accepting that what's done is done, and the only thing you can truly control is how you respond in each moment. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminds us not to let the future disturb us. He points out that when the future finally arrives, we'll face challenges with the same tools we use to live in the present. This shows us that, although we can't control what will happen or what has already happened, we can always decide how to respond in the present moment. If you live worried about past mistakes or future uncertainties, you'll never experience the true fullness of the present, which is the only time you can actually act. The past is gone, and the future hasn't arrived. Therefore, the only thing you have is now. Living in the present is a key principle of Stoicism, because only in the present do you have the power to act, change, and make decisions based on reason. When we allow ourselves to stay trapped in the past, we lose the chance to improve the present and create a brighter future. By freeing yourself from the past's control, you make room for more conscious action, where you're no longer limited by past mistakes, but focused on becoming the best version of yourself. What really matters is what you do with the time you have right now. The past can't be changed, and the future is uncertain. But the present is the only moment you truly have control over. Free yourself from the weight of the past and reclaim your freedom to act with clarity and purpose. By doing this, you not only free yourself from the suffering that comes with clinging to what can no longer be changed, but you also open doors to a more complete life, focused on what is within your control right now. Peace in trusting that what's yours is already reserved. True peace comes from trusting that what's meant for you is already reserved, waiting for the right moment to arrive. In a world full of uncertainties, it can be hard to adopt this mindset, but Stoicism teaches us to let go of control over outcomes and accept that the universe has a plan for each of us. That plan will unfold over time, in the most fitting way. Everything you want and everything that's meant to be yours will come at the exact moment you're ready to receive it. There's no reason to rush what's already on its way, nor to let anxiety about the future steal your peace in the present. The secret is to learn to accept the current moment as it is, without resistance, trusting that when the time is right, everything you desire will come naturally. Letting go of the need to control the results, believing that the universe knows what's best for you, brings a sense of freedom and peace that allows you to live with more calm. Number 5. Amor fati. Embrace your fate as it is. The concept of amor fati, the love of fate, is central to Stoicism. It teaches us to accept and embrace everything that happens in our lives, both the good and the bad, because every experience and challenge leads us toward our destiny. By accepting this principle, you understand that even obstacles have a purpose, and what seems like a difficulty may actually be preparation for something better that's coming. By trusting the process and the universe's timing, you free yourself from the anxiety and fear that arise when we try to control the uncontrollable. Patience becomes important on this path, because just because something hasn't happened yet doesn't mean it won't in the future. Sometimes the universe has a plan that we can't immediately understand, and what seems like a delay is actually the time needed for things to align perfectly. When you trust that what's meant for you won't be denied, you allow yourself to live more lightly, appreciating what you already have while waiting calmly for what's to come. Number 6. Gratitude and visualization to align your energy. Gratitude and visualization are powerful practices that, when combined, can transform your life in meaningful ways. Gratitude connects us to the present, allowing us to appreciate what we already have and boosting our internal energy. By being grateful for the blessings already in your life and those yet to come, you open your heart and mind to receive more. Gratitude shifts our mindset from scarcity to abundance, and this positive energy starts attracting more good things into our lives. When you focus on being thankful for what's still to come, you create a mindset of trust, believing that what you want is already on its way. This eliminates anxiety and fear about the future, allowing you to act calmly and patiently, like someone planting a seed with gratitude, knowing the fruit will come at the right time. Visualization, on the other hand, is a technique that allows you to imagine your life as if you've already achieved your goals. By taking time to clearly visualize what you want, you engage not just your mind, but also your body, creating positive emotions that bring joy and motivation, as if your desires are already a reality. This practice has a profound impact on your behavior because it aligns your actions with what you visualize, attracting the right opportunities into your life. Integrating gratitude and visualization into Stoicism. For the Stoics, gratitude was a way to value what had already been achieved and avoid being consumed by insatiable desires. Through gratitude, they found serenity and peace, understanding that true happiness doesn't depend on what's missing, but on how we appreciate what we already have. Gratitude and visualization complement each other perfectly. By being grateful for what you have, your mind begins to see the world from a more positive perspective, and by visualizing what you want with confidence and gratitude, you align yourself with what you want to attract. By embracing Stoicism, we are taught to fully embrace the present moment, act with discernment, and live virtuously. By integrating daily gratitude practices and visualizing with calmness and confidence, we apply Stoic principles effectively. We preserve our inner peace while pursuing our goals, acting not out of desperation, but with the quiet certainty that what we desire is indeed in the process of being realized. The way we align with the present while preparing to receive what the universe has in store for us reflects serenity. It's the wisdom of knowing that what's meant for you is already in motion, while also recognizing that we already have everything we need to be happy right now. This deep understanding frees us from the anxiety of tirelessly searching for what we don't yet have, allowing us to live with fullness. Life is like a dance between us and the universe, where both play essential and interdependent roles. We can't force every move or control every step. There are times when we must allow the universe to lead us, trust its natural rhythm, and learn to move in harmony with it. Just like in a dance, there are moments when we lead and others when we follow. This exchange between action and trust is what allows life to unfold with grace, fluidity, and balance. Living with trust means learning to relax and not fight against what we can't control. Instead of trying to force the desired outcome at every moment, Stoicism teaches us to accept what life offers and respond wisely. When we resist or try to control every move, we lose the rhythm and become frustrated. However, when we allow ourselves to flow with life, trusting that the universe has a greater plan for us, things begin to fall into place more naturally. The secret is to let go of the need to control every detail and, instead, focus on the actions we can take in the present, letting the universe do its part. The universe is always working in our favor, even if this isn't immediately visible. There are times when life seems stuck or when things don't go as expected. However, this doesn't mean the universe has stopped. Sometimes what seems like an obstacle or delay is actually just a necessary part of the process. Trust that the universe knows the perfect timing for things to happen. Just like in a dance, you can't rush the rhythm. Each step must happen at the right time for everything to move harmoniously. If you try to speed up the process, you'll create disharmony. But by trusting and allowing the universe to guide you, you'll see how things start to happen with more fluidity and synchronicity. Stoicism teaches us that living according to nature is key to a peaceful and fulfilling life. Nature, in this case, refers not just to the physical environment, but also to the natural flow of things. When we try to resist what's beyond our control, we cause unnecessary suffering. Instead of fighting, we should learn to observe what life is teaching us and adjust our actions as needed. Sometimes the universe directs us toward paths we didn't expect, but if we learn to trust the process, we'll realize that everything that happens has a greater purpose, which will only be revealed over time. Number 7. The dance between us and the universe is a continuous collaboration. It's not about giving up without action and expecting everything to happen without effort, but rather knowing when to act and when to relax. There are moments when we must move forward with confidence, but also times when we need to step back and let things unfold in their own time and rhythm. The balance between control and surrender creates beauty and harmony in life. Trust is the solid foundation of this dance because it allows us to go with the natural flow of life. You must trust that the universe is always on your side. While results don't always appear right away, it doesn't mean the universal forces aren't working in your favor. Sometimes the most subtle and hard-to-notice moves are the ones that have the biggest impact. Learning to relax and let the universe guide us when needed is an act of faith that frees us from the anxiety and stress of trying to control every detail. Stoicism reminds us that we're not here to fight life, but to live in harmony with it. Nature has its own rhythm, and when we learn to follow it, we find the peace and serenity we seek. Accept that you won't always be able to anticipate the unexpected twists of the dance, but trust that, in the end, it all makes sense. By allowing the universe to do its part, you'll see that every step takes you exactly where you need to be, even if the path isn't always straight or predictable. This is the power of living in tune with the universe, finding grace and purpose in every movement, without trying to force or resist what is inevitable. Number 8. The power of the law of attraction. The power of the law of attraction lies in realizing how our thoughts and feelings shape our reality. Our thoughts directly impact how we see the world, and consequently, how we act. If you constantly believe you won't be able to achieve something or that things will always go wrong, you're creating a reality where those beliefs become true. On the other hand, by adopting a positive mindset, visualizing your goals with confidence and gratitude, you begin to create an environment where opportunities appear more frequently. Gratitude is one of the main pillars of the law of attraction. When you express gratitude for what you already have and what's to come, you align with an energy of abundance. This simple act of thanking not only connects you to the good in your life, but also sends a clear message to the universe that you're ready to receive more. Therefore, gratitude is an essential practice in both the law of attraction and Stoicism. Both philosophies teach that the way we respond to life's situations determines our inner peace. While we can't control everything that happens, we can control how we react. In Stoicism and the law of attraction, the key to change lies in our internal attitude, not in external situations. If we react with fear and despair, the universe will show us more reasons to feel those emotions. But if we choose to respond with calm, gratitude, and trust in the process, the universe will give us more reasons to feel peaceful and hopeful. Awareness of our thoughts and feelings is crucial in this process. Often, we don't realize how many negative thoughts we repeat throughout the day, like complaining about situations or expecting the worst. These thoughts are signals that the universe receives, shaping the reality we create. Number 9. Transformation through awareness. The challenge is training our minds to notice when we're falling into negative patterns and redirecting our energy toward what we really want. Stoicism and the law of attraction share an important principle. Control over our perceptions and attitudes has a direct effect on our reality. Stoicism focuses on virtue and reason as paths to inner peace, while the law of attraction reminds us that these same principles help shape the external reality we live in. When we're aware of our thoughts and feelings, we become active participants in creating our life, rather than mere observers of what happens to us. In the end, what we attract into our lives is a direct reflection of what we project into the universe. If our thoughts are clear and focused on what we truly desire, we'll see those desires come to life. If our emotions are aligned with gratitude and hope, more reasons to feel grateful and hopeful will emerge. Number 10. Clarity and the manifestation process. This process is not magic or a passive effort of waiting for things to fall into our laps. It's about consciously tuning into the energies we want to reflect in our lives. Just as the Stoics teach us to manage our perceptions to live in harmony, the law of attraction invites us to do the same in order to attract the reality we desire. Clarity is an essential point in the manifestation process. When we don't know exactly what we want, it becomes difficult for the universe to align circumstances in our favor. Being specific about what we desire helps us gain clarity and direct our energy toward that intention. Writing down our desires gives form to our intention, creating a solid foundation for the universe to respond. This mental clarity removes uncertainty and makes it easier to communicate with the cosmos. Visualization and inner transformation. Detailed visualization is a key step in this process. Imagine what your life will be like when you reach your goals. Feel every detail. How would you feel? What would change in your daily life? How would your relationships, work, or health be impacted? By visualizing clearly, you create a mental image that your mind and body begin to accept as a real possibility. The satisfaction and joy of achieving your goal trigger an inner transformation that aligns you with the desired outcome. The secret is not just thinking about what you want to achieve, but feeling that achievement as a present reality. This manifestation process, especially when it comes to mental clarity, echoes Stoic teachings about the importance of reason when facing life's challenges. They teach us that by focusing on what truly matters, we can shape our reality wisely and efficiently, eliminating distractions and superficial desires. Number 11. Commitment to achievement. In the manifestation process, clarity plays a crucial role. It allows you to focus solely on what you truly want, while eliminating external influences or fleeting desires that may distract you. This clear and determined focus creates the mental discipline necessary to stay aligned with your goals, without giving in to doubt or uncertainty. By writing down what you want to manifest, you take the first concrete step toward your goal. It's no longer a vague wish, but a clear target, something real that you're committed to attracting into your life. The power of the law of attraction. The power of the law of attraction lies in being aware of how our thoughts and feelings shape our reality. Our thoughts have a direct impact on how we see the world, and consequently, how we act. If you constantly believe you won't be able to achieve something or that things will always go wrong, you're creating a reality where those beliefs become true. On the other hand, by adopting a positive mindset, visualizing your goals with confidence and gratitude, you start creating an environment where opportunities arise more often. Gratitude is one of the central pillars of the law of attraction. When you express gratitude for what you already have and what's to come, you align with an energy of abundance. This simple act of thanking not only connects you with the good in your life, but also sends a clear message to the universe that you're ready to receive more. The role of gratitude and Stoicism. Gratitude is therefore an essential practice for both the law of attraction and Stoicism. Both teach us that the way we respond to life's situations determines our inner peace. While we can't control everything that happens, we can control how we react. In Stoicism and the law of attraction, the key to transformation lies in our internal attitude, not external events. If we react with fear and despair, the universe will bring us more reasons to feel those emotions. But if we choose to respond with calm, gratitude, and confidence in the process, the universe will give us more reasons to feel serene and hopeful. Number 12. Clarity and visualization. Clearly defining your desires is a commitment to yourself and the universe. Manifestation is not simply waiting passively for things to happen, but aligning your actions, thoughts, and feelings with what you want. This alignment requires you to be attentive to the opportunities that arise and make decisions that lead you toward your goals. Visualization isn't just a mental exercise, but a way to prepare your mind and body for the reality you are creating. When you visualize your life as if you're already living what you want, you begin to vibrate at a frequency that aligns with that outcome. This process strengthens your motivation and focus, even when facing obstacles, creating a powerful energy that propels you forward. Stoicism and manifestation. Stoicism teaches us not to be dominated by factors beyond our control, which also applies to the manifestation process. While it's important to have clarity about what you want, it's equally important to be willing to accept how and when it will happen. Just as the Stoics practiced acceptance of life's situations, manifestation requires trust that by staying focused, what's meant for us will come at the right time. Virtue in the manifestation process. Virtue is the solid foundation in the manifestation process, allowing you to align your desires with what's best in you. Manifesting from a place of virtue means seeking not just the fulfillment of superficial desires, but attracting what truly resonates with your deepest essence. Desires aligned with your virtues bring lasting peace, and a true sense of fulfillment. Courage, moderation, and the power of thoughts. Courage in the manifestation process means facing the unknown and moving toward your goals, even when stepping out of your comfort zone is challenging. Moderation keeps you balanced, avoiding the endless chase for more and focusing on the quality of what you attract into your life. Finally, remember that your thoughts shape your reality. Focusing on the negative only increases your challenges. Recognize that you have the power to choose where to direct your attention, and in doing so, create a life that aligns with your deepest values and desires. When negative thoughts arise, you can redirect them to the positive. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I use this experience to grow? This is a central principle of Stoicism. We can't control circumstances, but we have full control over how we react to them. The constant practice of redirecting your thoughts can change your life experience. By reflecting on your thoughts at the end of each day, you begin to notice patterns, both negative and positive. Over time, you can train your mind to focus on solutions, gratitude, and possibilities. Stoic philosophy teaches us that mastering the mind is the key to life. If you change the way you view reality, you can create a life of peace and fulfillment, regardless of external circumstances. Number 13. Self-actualization. Being the best version of yourself. Self-actualization is the process of becoming the best version of yourself, reaching your full potential. It's not about meeting others' expectations, but about living according to your nature and developing your unique abilities. Stoics emphasize focusing on what's within our control, our actions, decisions, and attitude toward life. By cultivating your strengths and skills, you get closer to becoming your best self. The pursuit of excellence. A core value of Stoicism is doing your best in everything you do. It's not about comparing yourself to others, but about becoming the best version of yourself according to your own values and virtues. By using your talents and acting with intention, you get closer to fulfillment, living in alignment with your truest essence. Moving forward toward your full potential every new day is an effort that brings us closer to living in harmony with our essence. As the Stoics wisely taught us, this path is a process of aligning with who we truly are and fulfilling our life's purpose. Life then becomes an opportunity to manifest that potential in a genuine and complete way. It's not about relentlessly pursuing external success or seeking approval from others, but about living truthfully with your abilities, virtues, and what makes you unique. When you dedicate yourself to growth through constant learning and personal evolution, you're on the path to self-actualization. Setting goals. Setting goals focused on personal growth is essential to move forward. These goals should be based not on the pursuit of material goods or external validation, but on continuous improvement of your character and abilities. Reflect deeply on what you want to achieve, but not with the goal of being recognized or admired by others, and instead with the sincere desire to become wiser, stronger, and more resilient. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, suggested in his Meditations that we should constantly ask ourselves, are we living up to our best abilities? And if the answer is no, it's our responsibility to adjust our course and return to our true purpose. Self-actualization is an ongoing process, not a final destination. It's a daily commitment to ourselves, where we recognize and learn from our own mistakes. You see challenges not as obstacles, but as chances to grow. The Stoics believe that difficulties aren't barriers, but rather tests that strengthen our character. Facing these challenges with a growth mindset is moving closer to your best self every day. Virtues in self-actualization. Another important aspect of the pursuit of self-actualization is practicing the core Stoic virtues: wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance. These not only guide our actions but also help maintain focus on what truly matters. Living according to these virtues means that every choice you make contributes to your growth, allowing you to build a fuller and more meaningful life. By using these virtues as your internal compass, you ensure you're on the right path to self-actualization. Number 14. Integrating Stoicism into the manifestation process. Integrating Stoic principles into the manifestation process can be a very transformative way of acting. Stoicism offers powerful tools for aligning your mind and energy with your desires, but always with a focus on inner strength, acceptance, and understanding the natural flow of life. One of the cornerstones of this approach is the concept of amor fati, which means loving your fate rather than fighting against the situations that arise. Amor fati invites you to accept life's circumstances including the difficult ones, with gratitude and a mindset of learning. In every situation, no matter how challenging, there's a lesson that contributes to your personal growth. In the manifestation process, we often face a great deal of uncertainty. We may want to attract certain things or experiences into our lives, but we don't always have control over how or when they will happen. This is where amor fati becomes essential. Instead of getting frustrated with results that don't come on our desired timeline, we can find peace in trusting that the universe, in its wisdom, will guide us to what's most suitable for us at the right time. Practicing acceptance becomes a powerful strategy. By accepting that everything happens for your long-term good, you release emotional energy that would otherwise be wasted on resistance, allowing yourself to live in peace regardless of immediate outcomes. The dichotomy of control is another key Stoic principle that fits perfectly into the manifestation process. This concept teaches us to focus on what we can control and to let go of what is beyond our reach. In the context of manifestation, you can control your actions, thoughts, and decisions, but you can't fully control external results. What you can control are your efforts, your dedication, your mental clarity, and your attitude toward life's events. If you're trying to manifest something like a new project or improvement in your relationships, focus on the actions you can take now, without obsessing over the final result. By learning to let go of control over what's not up to you, you find true freedom, freeing yourself from the need to control external factors, which is essential for moving forward without the weight of frustration. Stoicism teaches us to act with purpose, but also to let the results follow their natural course. Accepting this dichotomy is a big step in the manifestation process because you no longer get stuck obsessing over what you can't control. Instead, you focus all your energy on what really matters, the actions and attitudes you choose to cultivate. Stoicism also reminds us that true satisfaction doesn't come from external results, but from how we live and align ourselves with our virtues. In the context of manifestation, this means that even if the results aren't what we expected, inner peace and satisfaction come from the way we worked and lived throughout the process. By acting with wisdom, justice, courage, and temperance, and doing your best to manifest what you desire, you can be at peace with the results, no matter how things unfold. Success, from a Stoic perspective, is not measured by external possessions or achievements, but by the quality of your journey and the virtue with which you walk it. Manifesting with this mindset means being clear about what you want, working with dedication, but always with acceptance and serenity, knowing that what's meant for you will come at the right time, freeing you from attachment to the results. Stoicism teaches us that attachment to results is one of the main causes of human suffering. When we desire something intensely, it's easy to fall into the trap of linking our self-esteem and satisfaction to the success or failure of a goal. However, this mindset can create anxiety, frustration, and a constant sense of dissatisfaction. The Stoics invite us to free ourselves from this attachment, to let go of obsessing over the end, and to focus on what's within our control, our actions, our effort, and our dedication. Detachment doesn't mean we should give up on having goals or stop striving to achieve them. What sets the Stoic apart is that their happiness doesn't depend on the success or failure of a specific goal, but on the honest effort and virtue throughout the process. You did what you could, and what you can't control is not a reason for suffering. When manifesting your desires, it's normal to want the outcome to unfold exactly as you imagined, but obsession with results creates an emotional dependence that leads to anxiety. When you adopt the Stoic mindset, you focus on the actions you can take today without worrying too much about the immediate result. This not only reduces the pressure of uncertainty, but also allows you to enjoy the journey more. As Marcus Aurelius wisely said, "A man's life is shaped by his thoughts, not by his external circumstances." When you place your well-being in the hands of something you can't fully control, you lose your inner peace. However, by living according to your values and doing your best, the result becomes secondary. It's an interesting paradox. By stopping fixating on the end, you often create more chances of success because you act more calmly, with confidence, and without the weight of expectation. The true art of detachment is understanding that the journey, with all its highs and lows, is what truly matters. By releasing attachment to the result, you find more satisfaction in the process and a true sense of inner freedom. If what you want manifests, celebrate. If it doesn't, know you did your best and move on. The peace and value you seek are within you, and nothing on the outside can take that away from you. Now, reflecting on everything that's been said, reaffirm your commitment to transformation. Go to the comments and write, "From today on, change is my only option. I am Stoic," or share a phrase that inspires you to keep improving every new day. Remember, your transformation starts now, and each small step is part of your path to evolution. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends. Until next time.